Hey everyone, I'm Chef Dennis, and we are live. And while we're live, I'm going to be inviting people in. I didn't want to be too late, and I know we're really late starting, but here's Maggie Unzueta with us, and it's our first time together.
Hi. Hi.
With full house here. Oh, aren't I lucky? Let me tell you something.
Actually, you're sitting in a row of hot chicks.
I know.
I just
There's more. There's more to the side here too. Oh yeah.
Farm Box LA.
We're talking about the happy hoo-hoo, so Farm Box. Never mind. Not gonna go there. But anyway, we're gonna start, and I have to invite some people in. So while I'm doing that, just keep talking, and maybe Maggie can entertain us for a while I do that. So
yes, I am. And Mia.
And Mia.
So
I'm sitting right here.
So who else is joining us?
Well, Les Dossie's going to be joining us, and invite those guys in right away.
Is Jean coming with us too?
And Jean is coming in. And Carolyn Capern and Greg Trulio are going to be here.
Awesome.
And then we're going to talk to some of our friends who are going to drop by.
So what do you think of LA, Chef? So far, so good?
Yeah, it's really nice. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect, whether I was going to get to see the good LA or the bad LA, or I remember.
It's the hot LA.
Born in Cheech and Chong's.
Oh, East.
I was born here.
Oh, that was a great movie. What's happening?
Yeah. So I get all kind of different perspectives and seeing it for the first time.
But so this is your first time here.
This is my first time. I've only been on the left coast twice before. So that's from the east. We always called it the left coast.
We do.
So,
now let me see. Hey, can you do me a favor? Will you send me? Will you copy and paste
Yeah,
that? You guys are watching the magic happen.
The magic happened
right up in this mug.
Because for some reason, as we all know, on any given day, strange things happen with
all the time
with Google Plus.
Nope, they really do.
So I'm going to send these links to all you guys. So if you are watching,
yay!
All right.
Hey, big shout out to Crowne Plaza LAX.
Oh yeah, they are awesome.
That's what we're saying.
They really are
rocking out with their sock out.
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful hotel.
All right, so I got this to Mia.
And with parking. LA parking. I was so surprised.
Right?
I expected to park like 3 blocks down and pay $50, and it's just across the way.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
I'm muted. Hold on. I don't want to jack up your business.
I did find traffic at 6 in the morning, though. Hello, LA. But, you can't get everything you want in life, I guess.
No, I mean, well, that's kind of normal anywhere. Is you see traffic. So.
No, but LA is known for its traffic. That's for sure.
I did see some pretty strange freeways when I was coming on, so that was kind of good. Jean, did you get the link?
Oh, there's Carolyn. Hey, girl.
Hi, Maggie.
Hey. She got her cutie patootie hat on. Boy, they were trying to one-up us on hurls last night, weren't they?
Yes, they were, but I don't know if they were successful. And here comes Leah.
You know what? No, they had Les. They had Mark, Carolyn, Greg. It was Tina. It's pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh, hey, here's the crowd. Look at this.
There we go.
Hi, everyone. Nazim.
Very good.
Yeah, long time no see.
All right.
hey, girl.
Hi.
It's good to see everyone. We were trying to bring our A game out here in Central Florida last night.
I'm going to bring her on. And Carolyn, we can't hear you. Oh, I see a hand on my shoulder. Can we hear you? Oh, you know why we can't hear you guys? I'm sorry. This would probably help a great deal if I turn my sound on.
Can you hear us now? Okay.
Now we can hear you.
Right. Hey, there we go.
Isn't that the irony? You see me forgetting to do things. I had to mute myself when I was on with Mia because I'm used to being a calm, collective. I sit down on my chair, I turn things on, I drink some coffee, and here I'm like, I gotta start.
Yeah, I didn't have these broads into your mix, and it's
that's true. And all this talk about happy and healthy hoo-hoos, and oh my God, I may be old, but I'm not dead. So. Anyway, so Matt, I'm just surrounded by beautiful women, and it's just a great day to be Chef Dennis. And so not only did I drink the Kool-Aid last night about using non-GMO products and getting more involved in organic products, and we're going to have some talks about that later, let me tell you. But it really was an eye-opening. You know, you think you know stuff until you listen to people talk, and then you go, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Like, really? Are we that stupid? You know, do people actually think we're that stupid? And why didn't someone poke me with a stick years ago and tell me that? I know. She's been poking me. Yeah, I have changed all my chemicals over, and I kept telling her, Lee, you're scaring the shit out of me. I got to eat.
You're probably not reacting because you want her to keep poking you.
I do. Truth be told, I enjoy being poked. So poke the bear all you want. Anyway, Leah, if you come over here and sit with me, and we'll switch seats with Maggie for a minute, and we'll talk.
We're getting the double hit of Leah today.
Yes.
On my show and
there she is. Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm very happy to have you here.
Let me tell you something.
Plaza's from across the pond.
There you go. There's Nazim again. And Leah, do you know, there's Carolyn Capern down here.
Hello, my dear. Nice to meet you.
And she's one of my Orlando friends. And Greg Trulio, he's another one of my Orlando friends.
Hey, Brother Greg.
And, of course, you met Nazim earlier.
Italy, right?
Yeah, Milan.
Italy.
So, anyway.
Italia.
Well,
Do you guys still blow on the neck of redheads? Because when I went to Italy, I think it was like 15 years ago, I had all these men blow on my neck to put out my fire.
Now, there's a trick I got to learn.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of them, too. So I just thought it was a thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, all the Italians do it. It's happened to me a bunch of times. I got fired, evidently.
Evidently, yeah. Who knew? Who knew? But anyway, we are here at ShiftCon, and this has been an amazing experience, and this is your first time.
It's our first one. It's our first event.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You blew this out of the water.
Well, it took me a year and a half to plan. And, you know, I've been talking to you about it for a long time. And so, I mean, you know, but when you plan something to this extent, something that's this big, I mean, you got to give yourself a lot of time, and you got to get a lot of people involved. And, you know, that's what I did. I was just patient, took my time. But at the end of the day, this is a movement. And we're organizing, and you need to have patience, and you know it takes time. But once we get together, I knew that everybody that came. See, he drank my Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
He drank my additive-free, GMO-free, with no artificial flavors or preservatives or colors Kool-Aid.
I'm like sitting here going, oh yeah. Oh, what are we doing? Oh.
Where are we again? ShiftCon. I just gotta keep going back.
ShiftCon. Wait a minute, let me pull this over. All right, good thing I don't have to stand up.
Yeah. He's readjusting. He's readjusting.
Sorry. Me like LA.
And there's so many women here. It's like 99% women.
Well,
and
you know, that's normal in the blogging world, you know, and I'm kind of used to that. But this is kind of a more organic type of woman here at this, and it's really cool.
Now you get to see what all the organic women look like.
That's right. I like it.
He like it.
We like it.
We got pretty skin, we got pretty hair, you know, we're eting right, we're treating ourselves right, and, you know, just natural. Healthy hoo-hoo.
Healthy.
I love the healthy hoo-hoos.
I love
my hoo-hoo is healthy.
That's my new motto. You-hoo for hoo-hoo.
It's going to be a thing now.
Yes, it is. Oh, well. I wait till my wife sees this.
You're going to have to give him a coffee. Oh, yeah. I got to meet your wife. She's so sweet.
She is. Oh, God. God help me. Oh, well.
Giving him space just to get
get it out of your system, because when we get back to Orlando, your shit's mine again. So.
She's letting you get it out of your system. She's letting us.
Yeah, because we have to poke you. We just have to poke you. We miss you.
Okay.
So is a hoo-hoo tour going to make it over to Europe?
Maybe. If we expand ShiftCon, we can definitely take it to Europe. I know that I'm working with a group in Europe right now, in Italy and England and I believe Germany, and there's a lot of plans that we have, and I can't announce them yet. But we've got some really excellent things, and it's all about glyphosate, and the glyphosate is Roundup, essentially. And so, you know, in Europe, we're trying to hold it back. They're pushing to try to get more, and we don't want them to expand because they use us as an example. Look at the Americans. You want to end up like them? And then, you know, we say them. Look at the Europeans. Don't they have it great over there? And we, you know what I mean? We're working together on across the pond.
That's great news.
Yeah, we are.
You have a good advocate. I mean, Nazim, you're in, right, brother?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we have a lot of friends in the UK that are really going to probably get on board with this too.
Yeah.
Big interest. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's really something that's eye-opening. It's something that we need to think about, and moving forward, you know, it's going to be an ongoing project for me. I just, you know, I told Lisa last night. I says, you know, I have to be an advocate for this. It's just too important.
And we need chefs.
Yeah.
We need chefs because
So,
you guys know food.
Yeah, we'll have to start doing that.
We need the farmers, we need the chefs, we need the moms, we need consumers, we need everybody.
Just people need to know, and one of the, you know, usually there's certain groups that when you think of them, and it's not that you don't want the message, but when sometimes you're afraid to get the message because I was equated to them wanting to put a cross on your lawn and light it when they're telling you.
Right.
But here the message was so simple, and it was do what you can, start making changes, and do what you can. You know, it doesn't have to be all at one time. It doesn't.
It shouldn't be all at once, and I'll tell you why. Because when you run a marathon, you don't just run it; you train for it.
Yeah.
Because if you ran it, you'd kill yourself.
Right.
Come on, honestly. And you know, when we talk about lifestyle changes, a little bit at a time is the best way to go. Because if you do a little at a time, it's not painful. And then those actions and changes that you make, when you get used to them, you just make a little bit more and a little bit more. And after 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you look back and you're going like, hey, I'm eating kale every day. And you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a great picture of me.
I know.
But I'm telling you, I mean, because my changes over the span of 8 years, you know, and I know people that 20 years, and I think everybody's journey is everybody's journey. I just think in this day and age, you know, in the new age, we're all going in that direction. Yeah. Let's take our time. Let's support each other doing it.
Yeah, and it's okay for it to take time.
It's okay.
And I think that's what everybody needs to understand. You know, I'm afraid I can't do it all at one time, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Do what you can.
You just do one thing. Like you could do one thing like artificial colors. Artificial colors. That's a great one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just take those out. You know, and then you just little products here and there, you look, you find it, go like, no. And the great thing is if you just do that one thing, you'll probably gravitate to the brands that don't have all the other junk in it as well. So it makes, if you just look at that one thing, those brands that are looking at that one thing and helping you with that ingredient or providing something that's clean will also have all of the other stuff not in there that you don't want. It makes it easier, you know?
Yeah, and it just kind of naturally, organically cascades into you using more and more products.
Right.
So you don't have to think about it. So, I mean, approach it that way. I mean, it's a simple message. It's something that's not rocket science. It's like you hear it and go, like when Gary said about them using Agent Orange, it's like, what,
T4D.
Crazy?
Yeah. That's no joke. And there's actually a petition right now to stop 2,4-D from the EPA. The EPA has to approve it. And right now we're asking President Obama to step in and stop this because I think they've already approved it. And now it has to go in for a presidential signature. So we're reaching out to him, and there's a petition right now that Dr. Oz did, and it's on, I'm trying to remember, it's whitehouse.org or something like that. But if you guys did a quick search, you'd be able to find it. And if we get 100,000 signatures on that petition, the president has to do something about it. Like they have to, that's the law, where if you get 100,000 signatures on a petition that we ask the president about, he has to take some kind of action. So, you know, we're hoping he says, wait a minute. You know what I mean? That's what we're hoping he says. But, you know, he's been doing, I mean, him and Michelle, I love because they came in saying that they were going to label GMOs. That was part of his platform, that the president was going to label GMOs. We're a little sad that he didn't, but basically what he told us as a movement is he said, show it to me. Show me your support. Show me the whole country wanting this, and I will do it. And that's literally what he was telling people. And so I know that. So we need to get that on board. And I got my girl who just walked in. We're talking about 2,4-D. I just started talking about it. Yes, come in. You're in the right place. So I have my wonderful girlfriend from Friends of the Earth, and they're working tirelessly on this issue. And, you know, and we're going to have her talk in just a little bit because this is something that we can do right now, that you can take an action right now to affect this change. 100,000 signatures is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. How many do we have right now?
I just checked about 80,000.
80,000 signatures. We only need 20,000 more. We are so close.
That's like the population in North Dakota. Isn't
I
it?
know. Yeah, well, but I mean, but in social media, we have access to millions and millions and millions of people. And if everybody just, one person, it's like a click.
Yeah.
All it is a click. Put your name in, tell them what, your zip code, give them your email, it's the White House. So, tell them you don't want an update, you know what I mean, if you don't want to get spammed.
I'm surprised all the Vietnam veterans haven't got coming because they know what our Agent Orange is.
They are getting involved. Yeah, send me the link.
Yeah, we can put it in.
So if you guys look in the hashtag right now, I'm sorry, it's on Twitter, but if you look at the hashtag right now, look up Friends of the Earth. So it's look in the ShiftCon hashtag right now.
What's Greg pointing to?
I put it down below.
Into the event.
You put it in?
Oh, I love you. You're awesome. So it's in the event. It's in the event. We did it. We handled it. Greg, you're the bomb diggity. Did I tell you? That's what I call people that I like. I call them the bomb diggity.
He is. Trust me, he is.
So I have a question for you, Leah, and I know there's so many different issues that we all get so excited about. Do you suggest that people just really focus on one or two things? Like for me, I love animal advocacy, and so what goes along with that is the dairy industry and the meat industry. So do you suggest that for people too, so they can really focus their energy?
Yeah, I mean, I say do what makes you passionate, focus on what makes you passionate, but kind of get a general understanding of everything else. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. I mean,
because it's all interrelated.
It is all interrelated, and at the end of the day, a lot of the products and the things that are created for one group is created for everybody, because they're really trying to make better products. They're really trying to change things. So I say do what makes you passionate. So if it's food, it's food. If it's personal care, it's personal care. If it's cleaning products, if it's air. If it's health, if it's cancer, if it's diabetes, do what makes you passionate. I mean, there's a lot of things that make me passionate. I'm very passionate about food, and I'm also passionate about personal care products. But a lot of people don't know this. We have allergies in my family, and we have autism. But I've also had 3 very close family members die of cancer. It ripped my family apart. And then I had another uncle die of complications to pharmaceutical drugs. So 4 really close family members, aunt, uncle, aunt. Our family, when this came into my life, who's had cancer. If you know anybody who's ever had cancer, this affects you. It really does, because every single day we're surrounded by carcinogens, which is what it leads to cancer. And so this message affects us all. And so I think that all of us can find something that we're passionate about. And I know you love animals, and I think that's because those brands are also catering to the organic crowd as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And at the end of the day, we're all shifting, and that's really really like the consciousness. It's changing. It's changing, and that's awesome that it's changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta go.
Thank you.
Is
so
that okay?
Much. Yeah.
You gotta hit off the lead.
I love this guy. Okay, guys, thanks for having me on. Mwah.
You didn't get one? Let me send you another one.
Make sure to get her one too. Yes, please.
Well, that was Leah Segedy, and I'm got to do one thing real quick.
She is a powerhouse. Wow.
Isn't she?
She is.
She's a tough tough seat for me to sit in right now.
I know. That's a tough act for anybody to follow. Let me send this to Jean real quick.
Hey, Maggie's got the tiara.
Oh my God! Yeah, that was my tiara over there.
Oh, that is so cute. Send it. Send it.
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't use. I just sent it in a chat on the.
That's fine.
Okay. Very good. All right, now we are here with. You want to tell us who you are and what you do?
I'm Chaco. I have a company called FarmBox. So we like to partner with local organic farmers, and we're kind of like an online farmers market.
Yes.
Except we're more of a collective. We really team together to try to get their product from the farm to people's doorsteps.
And you have some pretty cool clients. If you were talking about,
I do.
I don't know if you can talk about them. That's okay. But I'm
them,
just saying you don't have to say them. But from the sounds of it, and we were talking about this is what you need to do.
I know. We're a little lacking on the social media stuff, but we have some really fun. I mean, this is LA, so we've lucked out. We have some really cool celebrity clients.
Yeah, and when I think LA, I don't think farms. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, surprisingly, we have a lot of agriculture around here. Our strawberry farmer jokes that he must have the most expensive strawberry farm in the world. He's on 5 acres in Malibu, surrounded by mansions. So we got a lot going on. Maybe we can get some of our celebrity clients to come on your show.
That'll
be fun.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right.
I think we're getting some feedback from you. If you can mute that.
There,
Okay,
All right.
sounds good. All right, now we're back. So tell us what kind of products do you do and how do you do them?
Well, we're lucky we're in California, so we have really incredible year-round organic produce. But we also started out just to help the small farmer, and then from there we decided, or we saw there was a need for the small local business person too. So we work with local food companies that have problems with distribution. They have amazing product, but it's hard to get to that next level. So unless you're big enough to go into like a Whole Foods or other retailers, they're kind of they kind of get stuck. So we help them out with distribution so they can focus on what they do best, which is their craft, and then we take care of the marketing and distribution for them.
Okay.
So
that works well. And you love doing what you're doing, don't you?
I love it.
We're having so much fun.
I'm a busy lady, but I love it. I mean, I'm super well fed. So.
Tell us about that crazy little thing you fed us last night.
I should have brought them up. They're these little itty bitty. They're called jujubes. So jujubes are not just candy. It actually is a fruit.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know what to do with it. You gave me one, and I'm going, do I eat it?
Yeah, you just pulled a Napoleon Dynamite and shoved it in your pocket.
So I put it in my pocket, and then Mia grabs one and eats it, so she says, oh, okay.
Yeah, he was too embarrassed, so he kind of snuck it out of his pocket and then started eating it. So it's actually a Chinese fruit. It's about this big. It's brown, and it tastes almost like an apple. It's not quite as juicy, but it's tart and it's delicious. So
it was.
Look for it. Look for it at your local farmers markets or your local grocery stores. Jujubes.
Super, yeah. And another word, it's very close to hoo. We're like hoo. We're kind of like
the repetitive consonant.
Super
Oh my God.
stringy.
So am everybody seeing me or no?
I think it is dark on the broadcast.
Yeah, we're getting a black screen on your chef. Me and Greg.
It's falling apart over here.
Getting a black screen?
Do you want to come over here? How about I do this?
Yeah, it'd be good if you jumped over to Mia's location.
How about I just do this? Forget that.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Okay.
I know. Is that good, you guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Did it just turn black?
Unmute Mia's and mute yours.
Yeah, correct.
What'd you say?
Unmute Mia's.
Just turn black?
Uh-oh. Listen, it's always something up in this mug, isn't
I'm
it?
telling you.
I know it. We're still on there,
We're
right?
connected.
You're a collective hot
We're
mess now.
connected, but we see you black. You might want to just look straight into Mia's camera. There you go.
Oh, your tiara.
There we go. Okay. All right, so we can see it. I wonder what the heck's going on with that.
There you go.
That's funny.
Oh, you're such
Mia's having a blast, obviously.
She's having too much fun.
Way too much fun.
Oh
here.
yeah, I keep having to say like I can't take him anywhere because we'll just be having a conversation and then just something crazy and inappropriate flies out of your mouth and really entertaining.
Well, you know.
But it shocks people too because it's just like, oh, what?
Well, you think they'd be used to it by now.
I know.
So.
They should have known. Let me see how it's looking. Oh yeah, look at now we got
Okay,
it.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
We'll leave that on it. So, this is one of the things with Google Plus that every now and then something like this happens.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a big deal. We find a way around it, and we just move forward. So, it is what it is, and you just have fun with it. So
Whether it's in a Tesla, on a horse,
Mhm.
in a bakery,
I want to do this dinner and booze thing you guys do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Food and booze.
food and booze.
yeah.
Coming to a.
I want the invitation to that one.
Yeah, that one. And it's so funny. So to just give you guys an idea, we actually came up with the idea. It was Chef, myself, and Nazim on a hangout. I was probably drinking.
You think?
Maybe.
You think?
we decided the next one might be from the parking lot of Betty Ford. We're not going to check in yet.
No.
I might be right there with you.
We just want to.
Wine blog right here.
We just want to get our rooms ready just in case.
Just in adjoining suites.
Yeah.
So we can all kind of get together. But literally, Shafi and Nazim and I were on a hangout and just goofing. Like Nazim, I think Susan Sarah was coming to you, was going to do something, and I'm like, dude, we need to do a show. And then I came back. I'm like, no, really, we need to do a show. So originally it was called Eat, Play, Drunk.
Yes.
And then I was like,
I love that.
I kind of was good too, with food and booze. But I swear, like anything in these ideas with Google Plus, everybody, which is why you're so successful, everybody loves food. Everybody loves booze. Well, not everybody, but they wish they did. So you start talking about that, and you get people together, and then you get the chefs talking about what they love, which is awesome. The restaurants go nuts, and then we, of course, we do the happy food dance.
Oh, all the time.
So we get it going.
Then 20 pounds later.
Then that's the stretchy
Unfortunately.
pants.
That's a stretchy pants.
That's the stretchy pants. So I think we should probably try and do one while we're still here for 2 days.
Yeah.
We should probably try and do it. So because then we get hot pants over here. This is Maggie. We get hot pants going on it too, and she loves her wine. So
Oh, yeah.
yay! No, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Sounds like fun.
Okay.
You know, anything we can do for fun. So, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for
Yay.
And it
having
was a
me.
pleasure to see you.
All right.
Another
I'll see
hug.
you on
That little
Tuesday soon.
I wait till we
Sounds
see your
good.
T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Keep your friends
Your
close.
friends close and your farm box closer.
Everything does it good.
Yes, it does.
Will you post? We'll get your links and post that in the event too, because we, you know what? Even though it's LA, girlfriend, you got it going on. People need to see what you're all about and what you're doing.
All right. So
Sorry, you have
I don't know what is wrong with this.
Do we have?
Tracker up.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, Coach T wants to know if Bob Boss is in the house. No, you know, I actually thought about bringing Bob in a box. And I think he is actually going to be in a box.
Yeah.
But
Camera shot.
well, remember George Carlin talking about that since we're on Box? Is
Yes.
that he said there were so many things that you could say, like Disney could get away. Well, we're going to grab a pussy, snatch it up, and put it in a box. He goes, but you can't say those words separately because, or like
Oh, my God.
Carmen Rodriguez has 2 balls, but you can't say Carmen Rodriguez is scratching his balls. No,
Oh,
it's
my
just
God.
there's things that you can't.
We're
You know-
going to be banned from G+. You know that?
oh, somebody will pick us.
Maggie's right.
There is that. If we get banned from G+, what is it? ELO? They'll probably
ELO.
be
The new
ELO.
Elo, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Over to Elo.
Yeah, take it out
The
over
refugees. So anyway, if you want to pull up some
there.
comments.
Richard Owen, you know, I'm just going to read him if that's okay.
Sure.
Hashtag eat good food is a lifestyle. Chef Dennis and the Mia Connect. Absolutely. Yeah, HOAs are always live production of Shift Happens. Sam Cho says we're looking great, guys. Let's see what else. Oh, hi, Esther. She can see us now. I know you want to see Sheffy, right? You know what? Hey, they know what you look like, but they missed out seeing so much of Choco because she is a hot little number, isn't she?
Well, they got
So
to see her.
cute.
She is.
Adorable.
This is Girl Crush Central, isn't it? Girl and Boy Crush Central, all over the place. Let's see. Greg says he loves organic animals.
Yes, he does. He is not a vegetarian by things.
Coach has a good one. He says he gets lab reports on his Italian EVO oils from the farmers. That's cool. Like, we should talk. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Coach, you were like this real quiet person at first, and now we're learning all this really interesting stuff about you. It's like, man, you're doing some cool things.
Hey, speaking of cool things, let's talk to Kia. 'Cause
Yeah.
You have made this thing happen up in this mug on this whole show. You were
Can you
behind.
get to your screen?
You know, oh, sorry.
Just
Yeah,
so I
we're
can
right.
see.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot going on here
Yeah.
at ShiftCon. I've been dealing with emails with the two of you. My capacity here, I'm the speaker coordinator, but I've known Leah for quite a few years. And to be quite honest, looking at this, you know how hard it is to make sure the F is in the ShiftCon, every subject line I sent you. I didn't have my computer set to spell check for that, and every time I send an email at midnight, I'm like, no. But it is to come off as a really good success.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you guys are enjoing it.
We are. How'd you get involved in it?
Like I said, I've known Leah for a few years, and my background is I'm a biologist, but I'm on mommy hiatus right now, and so she kind of needed somebody to do this. And I've known a lot of the players in the environmental field for a while. I'm also the new media coordinator for the Yes on 105 campaign, so the GMO labeling campaign in Colorado. So these few days right now are actually a nice little brief hiatus from that, even though stuff in Colorado is going nuts with the opposition doing the TV commercials. So
it is, and I mentioned this before, and Key and I we just discovered about 5 minutes from each other, so this is going to be fun because I have wanted to get educated on this. I have so much going on, but we all say that. I have so much going on, but the empowerment piece of it is going to be huge. So talk to us a little bit about that for.
Yeah, so I work with Yes on 105, and it is our Colorado State initiative for mandatory GMO labeling within the state of processed and packaged foods and raw foods. And we're on for a ballot initiative for November 4th, as well as Oregon right now. So there's a lot of national attention on these two because, unfortunately, California failed 2 years ago, very narrow margin. Washington failed last year, very narrow margin. But it's one of these things that the country is looking at for food transparency right now. So it's a hot button topic, and it's one of these things where you're passionate about something and you volunteer and you go a little bit further, and next thing you know, you're a media coordinator and you're beholden to your phone, which is so unusual for me, but I'm constantly on this thing right now, checking our social channels.
That was cool that Robin O'Brien said that in the presentation this morning. She was saying that she's like, I did not choose to be. She does a lot of food rights advocacy and labeling, definitely GMOs, and she's kind of the shit too, right?
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
The shift, I should say.
She's the shift.
She's the shift.
She's the shift.
But she said that she's like, I kind of wish. She's like, I didn't choose this. It sort of chose her, and it's been hard for her to be that advocate. But once she was in. So
it's one of those fun things because you have a passion. It may not even be your main passion, but you start taking one step and another step, and it's a lot different now with social media too because it isn't as intensive. It doesn't have to be as localized like you two have with your Google Plus shows. You have this international audience, and it's a much different world when you're trying to get this word out. And for us, we don't quite have the money that the opposition does. Like flying out here, I was flying out here and going through Secretary of State reports on the plane. And at one point, I'm like, ah! And the attendant came by, and I'm all like, sorry, I just realized what Monsanto donated and reported last night. And that happened when I was on the plane. So if you look at our Right to Know Colorado GMO page, there's like a graphic of like the top 5 contributors to the opposition. And I was making that on the flight and putting it out while I was flying here. It's one of those things like technology is amazing, right? You're doing this from the air as you're getting ready to land in LAX for this conference, so it's been fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a new slogan for you too. GMOs, get the F out of shift.
I will use that one later on. Yes. And you're talking about chefs being involved in this movement. And as I left Boulder this week, there is a chef collaborative summit going on with sustainability issues because I asked RCSA to endorse, and they were like all behind it, but they needed to get through the summit first. So I know that there are all these small little, like, it's this hot button thing, but everybody wants to be involved. They just don't know how to do it yet. And for us, it's just GMO, but looking at the whole food system, for some people, it's glyphosate. Really, my main passion with the food system is hyperprocessing and the lack of food and cooking knowledge, which is something that I know that you like talking about. But working with the GMOs, it's just giving a platform for people to think about these things for eventually getting to that passion piece that is so overwhelming that, I mean, really, how do you tackle that in the long run? Well,
I was at another conference last weekend, and I knew I was coming here, but some brands were talking to me, and I'm going, well, is it GMO free? Is it organic? When they were showing me some new products, and they're going, oh yeah, it is. So I was amazed that came out of my mouth, and that was even before coming here.
Yeah.
But I figured, now that the seed's planted, now I want to think, and that's all you need to do is think a little.
That's all you have to do, but you also have to meet people where they are, because even though we talk about how everybody's talking about GMOs and organics, that isn't really the case for a lot of America, and a lot of America doesn't have accessibility. So like for our campaign, taking it back to Yes on 105, it is just a label, it's not a ban. Because quite honestly, people love Doritos, and the people that already buy Doritos, they're going to continue to eat them. And there's going to be a little thing that says processed with GE ingredients. That's it. You know, will they still buy them? Of course they'll still buy them. A lot of America will still buy the stuff, but it's just giving consumers the information if, you know, if they don't want to, if they want to have more information. It's a discussion starter.
Yeah, it's just like with the cigarette community when they started putting those warnings on them, right?
Yes.
And, you know, people still smoked, but people started reading them. So after a while, the awareness starts to build,
Yeah.
And, you know, talking about them, not to get off the subject, we got some scary-ass cigarette commercials in Florida.
Oh, is that where you are?
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, they got with a voice box. They show pictures of a cheerleader. I used to, and then some others like, oh my God.
I'm from California originally. I remember those when I was a teenager because it was the one where it's this voice going, and then the person goes, and then my friends go, Helen. And then you realize it was this woman that had a trach operation. I remember those like from the 90s. Yeah.
And then they show a guy actually smoking from one.
From the trach pipe.
Really?
Yeah. Well, in a comparison of, like, you know, some of the food movement stuff, it's like, where do we put our trust in science and, you know, where the money's invested? And I've kind of been looking at some of these old cigarette ads, and it's like 27,000 pediatricians suggest smoking for if you have a tickle in your throat to clear it up. And so I've been seeing these, like, you know, from the 60s and 70s, just in comparison of how do we look at science now and, you know, with this big marketing.
That's what we're going to see in 20 years from now.
I know,
And they said that this morning, actually. That's right.
Well, if you think back, you always used to see, you know, you'd go to the doctor and your doctor would be smoking while he was examining you, you know, or they'd be on TV.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's like they just tried to glamorize it, but, you know, the same thing now with this and GMOs. We just have to put it in front of them, let them see. Okay, so maybe they'll pick it up and go, okay, it's got you, but it'll plant that seed.
Yes, that's how we're looking for. It's just to get the conversation
going. And actually,
going.
their child might pick it up and go, Mommy, did you know this has...
That's right.
Because the children are the ones that teach you a lot.
Well, you know, I have a 7-year-old, and one of our good friends, his dad is, I mean, he wanted to be here. He's so jealous that he's not here today. And he would go up to my son. He taught my son, you know, this is what the organic label looks like. So my son went into my fridge and said, Mommy, this is not organic. There's no symbol on here. Nice. And we would go into, I mean, this was maybe 2 years ago. So he was maybe 5 when he started looking at all the different things. And little by little, I started having to include more organic food into mine because he was so...
He's become an advocate, too. You're getting Maggie off camera, by the way, you guys.
Oh, sorry.
We couldn't get Miss Maggie
I'm over here.
But you notice how we're having this conversation now, and all of a sudden the laughs start going down and everything, and this is one of the reasons people don't want to talk about this stuff. But it's one of those things that you can make funny, you can make part of your life. Like being the activist side of it, where it's controlling my life 24/7 right now, if I didn't have to laugh at some of this stuff, I would have gray hair by now. I'm waiting for my first one before November 4th. Okay, so you guys want to know the funniest thing from this week with this campaign that might be kind of sad, and I hope nobody cries at home. So I'm going over the financial reports. You know how Annie's was recently acquired by General Mills?
Yes.
So General Mills finally donated to the Colorado account. Do you want to know how much they donated? $820,000. You know how much they bought Annie's for? $820 million.
What?
This is hidden in the financial report. So it's like I'm seeing us in the airplane, and it's like you scream at first, the attendant's like, what's going on? And then you're like, oh, I have to laugh. General Mills, as sick and twisted as they are, they have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, Coach,
Fair
you wanted to
million,
know
don't
the
you?
guest name, by the way. Can you give us your full
Yes.
info?
Kia, what...
You can find me on Twitter at YesOn105, and that's for the campaign. And just for me personally, Kia M. Ruiz, and speaker coordinator with ShiftCon. And I thought I was going to come into this dealing with a bunch of crazy egos because we are coming to LA, La La Land.
Right.
It has been such a pleasure working with you all. It's been a very, very low maintenance group of people, and that's helped make this event a success.
Pay attention,
Well,
guys.
we're just happy to be part of the team. We just want to be part of the team.
Yeah.
We're happy to be here, support the team.
That's it.
Well, I need to take off to do something else in the conference. Thank you so much for having me on.
Hey, more hugs.
Okay.
Yes,
Thanks.
more hugs. I'm always down for hugs.
Oh. All right.
All right, guys.
Can we get Maggie on the other side? Maggie?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going to bring
let's turn-
Maggie over on the other
Yeah.
side.
Let me go the other way.
Yeah, you need to see Maggie.
And Greg,
She's not-
Carolyn,
I
you
didn't
guys
sit
got
next
any? Want to say anything? Or
Sure. Well, we were this good timing. We were actually just about to duck off and go pick up Les so we can make some trouble down here in Orlando. But it's sure nice to hear about all the amazing stuff you're learning out there. It sounds like a really, really interesting conference. Not your average conference for sure, and definitely a lot of good energy. So it's really, really cool to hear.
Hey, Carol, tell us real quick about Purple Purse. Just since you
Hey, well, oh boy, Greg and I have extra gray hairs after this morning. Holy crap! It ended today at noon Eastern, and we were in tight competition. Harbor House was in really tight competition right down to the last minute. We made it into the top 10, which means Harbor House won a $10,000 grant, I think. That's still yet to be officially confirmed. Yeah, we're still waiting on official confirmation from the campaign, so hopefully that applause is not
premature.
Preliminary. But we're pretty optimistic and pretty happy about how they did. There were 200 organizations competing, so 10th place is very, very respectable. And boy, it was definitely exciting. And most importantly, nationwide, they raised almost $2 million for domestic abuse and financial empowerment. So,
bravi.
That is
on that, Carolyn. When you guys did the post, it just when I shared it out, and then people were talking to me about it. Like, wow, I didn't think of it from that sense of of how many facets there are to women that are in abusive situations. They don't have the money to care for their pet or go do these things that purse string is taken from them, which was an issue of control. So, man, Harbor House is just rocking it on getting out all the different messages. They're amazing.
Oh yeah, they're definitely doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, you guys are doing fantastic on getting behind it. So good for you.
Yeah.
Love you for that, girlfriend.
Greg Von Trulio there.
I have to say I'm pretty jealous, honestly. I wasn't really aware of what ShiftCon was, but this is right up my alley. Everything that I plant in my garden is organic. If I can't get organic seeds, I don't plant it. So this is something I'm really happy to see going on. And then not only that, but you really are surrounded by beautiful women. That's amazing. Next year you have to bring me. I don't care if I come along in your carry-on or your undercarriage luggage.
Listen, we know you're bringing your harem with you. Don't even front like you're not surrounded. Come on.
Some of the things our business partners say to us. Oh my goodness! Since you quoted it as that, my harem.
Well, when I was really sick the other day, Greg said that a hot toddy might work, and I said to send one over. He said maybe 3. I said send one over. 3 would kill me. Then I realized he was talking about drinks. But,
oh goodness. Well, we had to get our crazy party on over here in Central Florida just because we missed Dennis so much and because we were so jealous about all of you partying it up on the West Coast. So we sure.
True.
I'm so sorry I missed Les.
Me too.
It's just crazy timing. I'm away how infrequently, and that's when he was left. But
yeah, go figure. He was trying to get on the Hangout here, but his internet over there was not cooperative. So he sends his best, and we'll get him to ping you later.
Ladies love Les, and boys. Ladies and boys love Les.
I was going to say Les loves boys. No, that's not what we want to say. That's just wrong. Yeah, that's just wrong. As far as I know, Les loves hoo-hoos too. So
organic hoo-hoos.
Organic hoo-hoos.
Organic hoo-hoos. There you go.
Well, we want to talk. Jean Layton's here, so we want to talk to Jean a little bit too. Dr. Jean Layton.
Hey, Jean.
I'm gonna be over here.
This is our best time. We actually haven't met until this conference, although we have worked online for.
And of course, we met up in a bar.
Yeah, well, that was natural.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm looking for Mia, and she says I'm in the bar. I'm like I should have known.
We're gonna duck out of here.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming.
Bye, Greg. Bye, Carolyn. Great seeing you guys.
Yeah, so we're about to go into a lot of the programming for the conference.
So why don't you tell us, too, about how you got involved a little with ShiftCon? I mean, because you were really the forefront person.
I was the one who said, come on, we got to do this. Yeah. I've known Leah for about 2 years now, and I worked with Leah on her community called Mamavation. I was the physician who assisted with one of the groups that they are led through dietary changes, exercise changes, weight loss changes. They work with a dietitian and Mark, Leah's husband, who is an
Mr.
exercise, Mr. ShiftCon, Mr. Bookyboo.
Mr.
Bookyboo. He's an exercise therapist, and so I was working with her with a group, and she was talking about ShiftCon, and I kept saying, you've got to get the Google Plus people because we can help move the message, and that's been part of the fun, talking to people downstairs in the Expo Center, because we're talking to these brands who have these incredible stories, and they don't know quite how to get the story launched, you know, and we've got us who know how to launch, and getting it together has been fun.
So, and then getting us fired up too, which you've been all kinds of fired up already, but you know, we dabble in that world. Maggie and I were talking about that at breakfast this morning, that it is definitely interesting to be in this atmosphere where we kind of play in it, but everything around us is you know, working. I mean,
Leah has done so much work.
Oh my God!
To be able to bring in an all organic breakfast to a hotel setting. Wow, she really had to negotiate that.
And it was good.
It was,
and it was awesome.
And I ate it. I liked it.
Yeah, that's right. I know.
Yeah, it wasn't just tofu.
No, Applegate and Farm Box LA and Matt's Juices and Rudy's Bakery, although they didn't bring the gluten-free bread. So
I was wondering
all
about
us gluten-free well, the reality is, and this is where it gets difficult, there's only one organic gluten-free bread. One company making one bread, and it's not local.
Okay.
And so she had some, you know, she had to figure out where she could go. Rudy's does have their wonderful organic bakery, but they don't make their gluten-free bread organically yet. I was talking to the rep, and maybe in another year. It's just hard to source. It's hard to source that combination.
But don't you think the bottom line for this conference is really about, instead of just providing sources so that we can put up with having that, is actually making change so that our bodies can kind of, I mean, is it possible that if we get all this crap out of our system, that a lot of these celiac and gluten-free, is it possible for things to reverse?
To be healing? You know, the human body is an incredible microcosm of everything that it touches and everything that it uses. So, can I say it would? I'm a scientist. You know, you got to prove it to me first.
Right.
But would I like to see it try? Yeah, absolutely.
It's certainly going to hurt. That's for sure.
It certainly isn't going to hurt. And if nothing else, we're healing Mother Earth. You know, the ground itself has been poisoned by all these chemicals, and the more we can get those chemicals diminished, we've got to be improving the basic dirt of the world.
Yeah, why not? That's a great way
That's
to say it.
a really good
You know, we
Yeah.
just really got to improve the basic dirt. And when, oh, hey, wow, I got
You got the criteria.
Got the crown.
yeah, so, you know, if we heal the earth, we'll be able to heal our bodies. And, you know, the funny thing is I have patients who will go off to Europe and they'll eat wheat in Europe because I don't know anybody who can ignore a croissant in France, you know? And
I know.
it's just one of those things. And
Pasta in
they
Italy.
cheat, but they don't get their normal reaction. They don't feel all the downstream complications of a gluten response. So we know that the wheat there is different.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what's doing it? There's too many
We
confounding factors, but
totally screwed up food.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
Well,
we sold our food. We sold
We
our
sold
food to the
out.
highest bidder.
Yeah, we sold
basically.
out. We really did.
And you know what's nice is that I just came from that pesticides talk, and there was not one seat available. Everybody was listening, taking pictures, and it was just so nice to finally see people of like mind.
Fired up.
Fired
not bored.
up.
And not
Fired
freaked out
up.
and not running the other way. Right. Right. That's even better.
The combination is.
Yeah.
I think Leah is right. She talks about a tribe and having a tribe of people who are goal-oriented, similar goal.
Shift tribe.
Shift tribe.
She said shit.
There's an F.
There's
Can we see if there's any other anything we want to pull up too, guys? Are you seeing anything, Nazim, in the comments?
Let me
We
see.
have a lot. We have a lot of.
There's
people.
Sandy Barnett is saying
Charles
she's
Bentley.
not she wasn't aware of ShiftCon. This is up my alley. It's an alley I haven't visited for a while. Previously, life, I swore off sugar, white flour, anything processed, fell off the wagon. Just started my compost pile last week. Moved and rid myself of all processed food. Baby steps before running. You know, and that's what I keep saying. You know, in fact, I'm trying to get Lita agree to do a show with me, a short series on this, and want to call it "Baby Steps to Better Health."
I invite people. We could get Shauna Coronado would be great for that one too, because she does a lot of gardening stuff. Of course, Leah Wayne Maynard would be great.
Wayne Maynard.
A lot of other.
Because it is overwhelming, you guys. Let's face it. If you don't know that, and even just composting makes my eyeballs bulge a little bit.
Yeah, so maybe that's not your thing. Okay, that's okay.
It's not my shtick.
If that's not your thing, leave it and just move to something. You know, I was really impressed when I talked to you last night in person, and we're talking about organic vegetables. And I don't have to worry about that one as much. I mean, do what you can, buy what you can, and I guess if it's available, it doesn't make a difference. You might.
Right.
You know, there are wonderful sources of those basic information points, and most of them come from the Environmental Working Group website. You know, so go there and get the Clean 15 and start to understand that those are the ones that you don't have to spend the organic money on yet. You know, and get the Dirty Dozen. And see what it is that you just absolutely need to just dial into your budget, put out for.
What's the worst one, by the way? Let's talk
dirt. Strawberries or grapes. It's an interchangeable. Grapes are horrible, which of course is wine.
I was just about it. I'm a wine blogger.
Got a problem here.
Najee just perked up on that one.
Don't touch my grapes here. Don't touch my wine.
Let's talk about that.
This is why I came here. One of the reasons, at least.
How are grapes in Italy and Europe compared to grapes in the U.S.?
That's a great question.
I believe they're less sprayed, but I haven't done the research. I mean, I work in the world of gluten-free, so I don't document into
I do have to confess that close in the country, we see that they spray quite a lot. Now, what they spray, I haven't gotten into details about it, but they do spray.
That might be something interesting for Casa Chiese.
Yeah, you're right about that. That would be something to look into. I also wanted to do a shout. Charles Dunkley is talking about organic craft beer, which is quite interesting. We're going down talking about alcohol.
Right.
Yeah. Now
finding the niche of the organic
beer.
Everybody's loving the Get Good Dirt, by the way. Rain says love it. Scientifically clean the dirt, clean the air, clean the water, clean bodies and brains.
And water, the water is another huge issue.
I'm not talking about absence of microbes, because that's the exact wrong thing to do.
That's right.
We want good, clean, actively microbial, alive dirt. And part of our problem, and I'm speaking on an allergy panel in a couple of hours, part of the problem is that we clean too much. We try to kill off every bacterial or virus or anything.
Well, that's a good thing.
And part of the problem is that by attempting to clean them all off, we only leave the really vibrantly alive and toxic ones left.
That's right.
And they're the ones that go crazy.
So no balance. It's just lack of balance that we just keep removing, for sure.
You know, we all want probiotics. Well, guess what probiotics are? Bacteria.
They're so dirty.
No.
They're so dirty. In a good way.
No, I was doing a lot of research for the allergy panel, and anybody who grows up on a farm actually has a lower incident of allergies. So anybody who deals with animals, farm animals, or you know, one of my teachers used to say, "Lick the dog, lick the dog."
Lick the dog.
Okay.
No, thank you.
I like that. Lick the dog.
That is not Bob Foster.
Okay. Works for me.
You know, it's like get exposed to what's in your. You might have fur balls. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, we just hit top of the hour.
That's it. Great. So let's round this up then, and thank you so much. This has been a wonderful day for Good Day Google Plus. I'm just.
We gotta get a picture of this one.
I'm just loving life. This has been wonderful. Although I'm liable to get beat when I go upstairs if Lisa's been watching this. Oh well.
It's okay.
Down for lunch.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I know. No. Let it go. Let it go.
Stop broadcast.
Anyway.
Bye.
Thanks so much for coming. It's been another good day on Google Plus, and I'm happy that we could share it with you and with our friends.
Yeah, I have to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So
Bye.
we'll see y'all soon. There'll be more from ShiftCon. See y'all later.
Yeah.